Hello everyone. Today's confirmation devotion is from William Miller's verse, Revelation chapter 2, verse 10. And here are the words that we're going to be thinking about over the next few minutes. Be faithful, even to the point of death, and I will give you life as your victor's crown. What would you rather have spilling out everywhere from your life? Money and pleasure, or peace and endurance? I think the human effort across centuries, across country boundaries, is that we all want more money and pleasure, and if we could have more money and pleasure, then we will be happy and successful. And then also have peace and endurance, because who can't endure during a life of money and pleasure? Who doesn't have peace if you have money and pleasure galore? Well, unfortunately, the opposite is actually true. And the Bible teaches in many places the love of money and pleasure is the root of all kinds of evil, not peace and endurance. In the book of Revelation, Jesus is warning churches as to live in the truth and not in error, to follow his way instead of to follow normal human ways of thinking. And one of the big ticket items he's talking about is peace and endurance over money and pleasure. He's writing here to the church in Smyrna, and the Christians in Smyrna had problems because they were in poverty. They did not have much money. And one of the reasons they didn't have much money is because they were harshly persecuted, specifically persecuted by false teachers from within the church. People who said, yeah, we're godly people, but no, we do not want Jesus around. And no, you should not believe that Christ alone is your source of peace, truth, life, forgiveness, and salvation. And so these Christians in Smyrna were tempted to be stuck with our life of poverty and persecution, the opposite of what most people would want, money and pleasure, or something different. Jesus tells these Christians who are living a short-term time on earth of poverty and persecution that they actually are rich. Not rich in dollars maybe, but rich with peace, rich with love, rich with confidence in where they stand with God. And they had pleasure, not the earthly kind, but the kind that endures for eternal life. And that's where this great verse comes in that is so encouraging. Be faithful even to the point of death, and I will give you life as your victor's crown. So what does that look like in our lives today? It looks like this. Instead of the pursuit of money and pleasure as though that is the be-all and end-all, never mind God, never mind Judgment Day, never mind things of eternal nature, instead, we are going to prioritize God and Judgment Day and things of an eternal nature. Never mind money and pleasure. I'm going to pursue being at peace with God and others. I'm going to cling to his word and trust his forgiveness above all things. I'm going to rejoice that he will give me a crown, not one that fades, but one that lasts forever. What fades is this temporary poverty and persecution. The crown was given to those who won a race. The crown was given to those who had an important job, an important task. The wreath in those Greek days, that's what it was. Jesus assures you and me, he will give us a victor's crown, one that never fades, one that is worth more than millions, and one that he has paid for in full, with his life, his death, and his resurrection. What a privilege that you know I can endure poverty and persecution because I am rich with peace and I have plenty of resilience and endurance. The scriptures give me endurance and encouragement, and that's why I have hope. I look forward to that crown of life coming one day. Live your life with that in mind.